Can you hear me?
I can.
Thank you.
Okay, Robin, are you listening in? We got everybody we need? All right, Bobby, I can see you there. Can you hear me?
Yes, I
I can
can.
hear you.
Okay. All right.
Governor, I believe we have everyone here.
Okay, very good. All right, then I'm going to call the meeting of the State Finance Council to order. And Madeline, could you please take the roll?
Yes. President Masterson. Senator Alley.
Here.
Senator Sykes.
Here.
Senator Bellinger. Senator Bellinger.
He did not.
Senator Bellinger is here.
He is here. I see he's on mute. Speaker Reichman.
Here.
Representative Hawkins.
Here.
Representative Sawyer.
Here.
Representative Waymaster.
Here.
And Governor Kelly.
And I'm here. Okay, now I need a motion to approve the minutes of September 3rd. Do I hear a motion?
Representative Sawyer, I move we approve the minutes.
We have a motion from Representative Sawyer. Is there a second?
Senator Sykes, I'll second.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Opposed? Okay, the minutes are approved. Okay, the first item on the agenda is the request of the Insurance Commissioner to increase the Securities Act fee fund expenditure limitation. Bobby, I believe you're here and will provide an overview and answer any questions that people may have.
Yes, thank you, Governor Kelly and members of the State Finance Council. We do appreciate your consideration of this item. As the summary notes, basically what we're asking is for the limited fund, the Securities Act fee fund, to be increased by $750,000 in the current fiscal year. This will allow us to go ahead and get some contracts and other items in place in order to do the work that was denoted in the settlement agreement about reviewing and updating the funds received and expenditures and our services to the entities that pay in the fees into the fund. And so in order for us to start those contracts, we want to be assured that we have the spending authority to do that before we begin. So that is why we're asking for a mid-year increase. I think it's just a matter of timing of when the settlement agreement was final and our need to go ahead and get started in the current fiscal year. With that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Does anybody have any questions for Bobby? Hearing none. Lucky you, Bobby.
Thank you.
I'll need a motion then to approve the resolution for the expenditure limitation increase.
Governor Kelly, this is Dan Hawkins. I'll move that we approve.
Okay, we've got a motion from Representative Hawkins. Do a second?
This Representative Waymaster, I'll second it.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second, and we need a roll call vote.
President Masterson,
Aye.
President Masterson, Senator Alley,
Aye.
Senator Sykes,
Aye.
Senator Bellinger. Senator Bellinger, can you hear? I'll come back. Speaker Reichman,
Aye.
Representative Hawkins,
Aye.
Representative Sawyer,
Aye.
Representative Waymaster,
Aye.
and Senator Bellinger. I don't know if he's having an audio difficulty. Governor,
I'm not sure either. He is unmuted, but I do not hear anything from him.
correct.
He was putting his thumbs up for an aye vote if you see him on screen.
I do not, but thank you very much. And Governor Kelly,
Aye.
the vote to increase Securities Act fee fund expenditure limitation has been approved unanimously.
Okay, very good. Let's move on then to the next item on the agenda. The request of the Attorney General to review the claim judgment in the matter of the wrongful conviction of Jose de la Cruz. I believe we've got both Jeff Cheney and Dennis Depew, and one will provide an overview and answer any questions. Jeff or Dennis?
Thank you, Governor. This is Dennis Depew. Jeff is out of the country. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to discuss the wrongful conviction matter of Jose de la Cruz. This is a case out of Reno County. The dollar amounts we are talking about are compensation in the amount of $123,101.46, attorney's fees of $10,731.60. He wants to be able to participate in the state medical insurance plan for the 21-22 year, and then also participate in the college tuition waiver. Mr. de la Cruz's case came to us. He was involved out in Reno County originally some time ago in a case in which he was originally charged with felony murder and aggravated robbery. The jury in that case convicted him on the aggravated robbery count only and not the felony murder, and he was sentenced to 83 months of incarceration for the aggravated robbery. There were co-defendants in that overall set of cases, and so when some of them came up for trial, the judge ordered him to testify in the case against the other defendants. And in that particular matter, his counsel advised him not to testify, and so he refused. And in that process, the judge was irritated with that, and the county attorney brought criminal contempt charges against him for failure to testify. And the court found that he was, in fact, guilty of criminal contempt and sentenced him to an additional term of 108 months to run consecutively to the 83 months for the aggravated robbery. And that contempt matter was subsequently appealed, and the Kansas Supreme Court vacated that and overturned, said that was an improper use of the contempt powers of the court. And as a result, he ended up, out of that 108-month sentence for the criminal contempt, he ended up serving 631 days of that. And he was determined in the innocence proceeding to be innocent, in fact, of the criminal contempt charge. And as a result, it was determined that he was entitled to 631 days of compensation. That's how we got to the $123,101.46 figure. And so that's really a synopsis of the case. If anyone's got any questions about it, I'd be happy to try and answer them. But it was a fairly straightforward matter. He served 631 days that he shouldn't have, and therefore is entitled to the compensation, the attorney's fees, the insurance benefit for a year, and the tuition waiver provisions.
Anybody have any questions for Dennis? I actually do, Dennis. What happened with the aggravated assault charge?
The aggravated robbery charge, he served his 83 months. I mean, he may have, and so that was never an issue. It was just the 108 additional months that the judge tacked on. The judge was very irritated in this event, and incidentally, if you added the 108 additional months to the 83 months for the aggravated robbery, that would have approximated probably what he would have served had he been found guilty on the murder charge. And so
So he did serve his time for the aggravated
did.
robbery, and so this is additional time that he served.
Correct. This is because the judge ordered the contempt time to be served consecutively. He completed his incarceration for the aggravated robbery sentence, and he served 631 additional days of that 108-month sentence on the criminal contempt charge, and so that's all he is being compensated for, was the excess time that he should not have spent if the judge had not imposed that, and the judge's order was later vacated by the Kansas Supreme Court.
Okay, I got it. Anybody else have any questions for Dennis? Okay, hearing none, I will just then note that the wrongful conviction claim judgment has been reviewed by the State Finance Council as requested, and there is no other action required. Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you, Governor. And thank you, council members.
Okay, the final issue to be considered at this meeting is the request of the Attorney General for approval of a tort claim settlement. But before we hear the motion to go into executive session, Robin Crumpton with Legislative Administrative Services is going to let us know how this will work via WebEx. Robin?
Yes, so this is Robin with IT Services, and I am just going to let you know that we have created a breakout room for all of those that are allowed to be in the executive session. We have Laura Kelly, Ty Masterson, Larry Alley, Rick Billinger, Dinah Sykes, Ron Reichman Jr., Dan Hawkins, Troy Waymaster, Tom Sawyer, John Yeary, and Dennis Depew. Those will be moved into a separate breakout room. Everyone that was not included in that list will stay in this current meeting room. There will be nothing to hear or see during that time. We won't be able to hear anything once we have opened that breakout room. So when you say you will be back, I will then stop the breakout room and you will then come back into this main meeting room.
Hey, Robin,
Yes,
should my general counsel, Clay Britton, stay?
I don't know who that's up
Or-
to, Governor. I'm sorry.
Ordinarily, general counsel does stay in these executive sessions.
Okay, I don't have his name listed, but I received it from Shelley Davis. So if you're okay with it, I'm gonna go with that's fine.
I am okay with that, but I'll throw my budget director out.
Okay, is he in the room with you?
Clay Britton is in the room with me, and
Okay.
Adam Prophet is now leaving the room.
Gotcha. I didn't see his name listed, so I just wanted to make sure he was with you.
Okay,
Alrighty, thank you.
all right. Okay, so now I need a motion from a member to go into executive session with an estimated time frame. The text of the motion is on page 2 of the meeting materials that were emailed to you earlier today. And Representative Waymaster, would you care to make the motion?
I can make the motion. I
Okay.
move that the open meeting of the State Finance Council being held by WebEx be recessed for a closed executive meeting pursuant to KSA 75-4319A for consultation with the Attorney General and members of the staff of the Attorney General to discuss matters relating to a proposed tort claim settlement under consideration pursuant to KSA 75-6106 under the justification listed in KSA 75-4319B2, because discussion of such matters in an open meeting would waive attorney-client privilege, that the State Finance Council resume the open meeting being held by WebEx at 3:30 p.m., and that this motion, if adopted, be recorded in the minutes and be maintained as a part of the permanent records of the State Finance Council. The State Finance Council will use a WebEx breakout room for the executive session, and the main meeting will have a placeholder message posted notifying attendees that the State Finance Council is in executive session.
You have heard the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a second from Representative Hawkins. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, I need to hear, Dennis, I suppose this will be you again. The request of the Attorney General for approval of a tort claim settlement, Bledsoe versus K-Dads et al. Dennis?